Welcome, my amazing students. Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today for a life-changing journey. If you've ever felt nervous about speaking English, hesitated because you're afraid of making mistakes, or understood English perfectly but froze when it was time to talk, this podcast is for you. I'm here to tell you, English is not difficult, it's not impossible, and you can speak it fluently, faster than you think. As intermediate English learners, you'll also learn practical phrases, vocabulary, and confidence to express yourself naturally. My goal is to guide you step by step to make English a seamless part of your life so you feel unstoppable. Grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive in. I understand how it feels to struggle with speaking English. Maybe you've studied for years. You can read books or follow movies, but when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank. Maybe you worry about grammar, pronunciation, or what others will think. I've been there. When I started learning a new language, I'd freeze during conversations, stumbling over words or feeling embarrassed. It was frustrating, but I learned that the biggest barrier isn't knowledge, it's fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of not being perfect. Today, I'm here to help you break free from that fear and make English easy, natural, and fun. Let's start with the science behind why speaking feels hard. Your brain has two language systems: receptive, listening and reading, and productive, speaking and writing. Receptive skills are easier because you process input passively, like understanding a podcast. Speaking, however, requires active recall, finding words, forming sentences, and pronouncing them instantly. Neuroscientists say this causes cognitive overload, where your brain juggles too many tasks, making you hesitate. The good news: with practice, your brain builds neural pathways, turning speaking into an automatic habit. Think of it like driving a car. At first, you focus on every step, but with practice, it's effortless. The first step to fluency is changing your mindset. Psychologists call this cognitive reframing, shifting how you view a challenge. If you think English is hard, your brain resists learning. But if you believe English is easy and I'm improving daily, your brain embraces it. Studies from Stanford show that a positive mindset boosts learning speed by reducing stress hormones like cortisol. I used to think I'd never sound natural in my second language, but I started saying, "I'm getting better every day." It changed everything. Try saying this: English is easy. I can speak confidently. Say it again, out loud. English is easy. I can speak confidently. These words rewire your brain for success. Let's talk about mistakes. Many learners fear saying the wrong thing, but mistakes are how you grow. Think about how babies learn their first language. Do they study grammar? Memorize vocabulary lists? No. They listen, babble, make mistakes, and keep trying. By age 5, they're fluent. A study from the University of Cambridge found that learners who embrace mistakes improve faster because they practice more. I once said foots instead of feet in a meeting, laughed, and corrected myself. Nobody cared. They appreciated my effort. Try saying, "Mistakes help me learn." This mindset frees you to speak without fear. Now let's make English a part of your life. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to become fluent. you can create an English environment wherever you are. One powerful method is immersion. Psychologists say immersion strengthens language acquisition by exposing your brain to constant input. Start small. Change your phone's language to English. Every time you text or scroll, you'll see words like settings or messages. I did this, and within weeks, I was thinking in English without realizing it. Try saying, "I'll surround myself with English." This simple change makes English feel natural. Another immersion technique is self-talk. Talk to yourself in English every day. Stand in front of a mirror and say, "Hello, I'm feeling great today. I'm ready to learn." At first, it feels silly, but it's a safe way to practice without judgment. Research from the Journal of Psycholinguistics shows self-talk builds fluency by reducing anxiety. I started doing this in my kitchen, saying, "I'm making coffee. It smells amazing." Now, it's second nature. Try saying, "I'll talk to myself in English" daily. It's like a gym for your speaking skills. Let's try a real-life example. Imagine your morning routine. As you wake up, say, "Good morning. I slept well. Time to brush my teeth." In the bathroom, say, "I'm washing my face. The water feels cool." In the kitchen, say, "I'm making tea. It's so relaxing." My friend Priya, an English learner, started this habit. She'd narrate her day. "I'm eating breakfast. I love toast." Within months, she was chatting confidently with coworkers. Try saying, "I'll describe my day in English." This builds your speaking muscle naturally. Another method is labeling. Write English names for objects in your home. Stick door, table, or mirror on them. Every time you see them, say the word aloud. "This is a door. The door is open." A study from the University of Chicago found that visual cues like labels improve vocabulary retention by 30%. I labeled my apartment, and soon I was saying refrigerator without thinking. Try saying, "I'll label my home to learn words." It's a fun, practical way to expand your vocabulary. Now, let's tackle grammar fears. Many learners think they need perfect grammar to speak, but this traps you in hesitation. Children don't learn grammar rules first. They speak, make mistakes, and improve naturally. Linguists call this implicit learning. Instead of memorizing rules, learn simple sentences. For example, don't study the present continuous tense. Just practice. "I'm eating. She's walking. They're playing." I used to obsess over grammar, but I switched to repeating sentences like, "I'm going to the store." Grammar clicked naturally. Try saying, "I'll learn sentences, not rules." This approach makes speaking effortless. Let's practice a daily conversation. Imagine you're talking to your mom in the morning. Say, "Good morning, Mom. How did you sleep?" She might say, "I slept well." You reply, "I'm making eggs. Want some tea?" Keep it simple. "Here's your tea. It smells great." I practiced this with my sister, and it made morning chats fun and fluent. Try saying, "I'll practice daily conversations." These small talks build confidence for real-life situations. What about outside the home? At the market, say, "I need vegetables. Let me check my list." At the shop, practice. "Excuse me, do you have apples? How much are they?" The cashier might say, $2 per kilo. You reply, "I'll take 2 kilos. Thank you." My student Sam practiced this at a local store. At first, he was shy, but soon he was chatting with shopkeepers. Try saying, "I'll speak English outside." It's a low-pressure way to practice. At a cafe with a friend, try, "Let's order. I want coffee. What about you?" The waiter asks, "Anything else?" You say, "No, that's all. Thank you." I did this at a cafe, and it felt so natural after a few tries. Try saying, "I'll order in English." These real-world interactions make fluency real. At night, talk to your family. "Today was busy. I went to work and met a friend. What did you do?" They might say, "I cooked dinner." You reply, "Smells delicious. I'm hungry." Before bed, say to yourself, "Today was great. I spoke English all day. Tomorrow, I'll do more." My cousin Alex did this and went from shy to confident in months. Try saying, "I'll speak English with family." It turns your home into a fluency lab. Now, let's master pronunciation. Clear pronunciation doesn't mean a perfect accent, just being understood. One method is shadowing. Listen to a native speaker's sentence, like, "I'm going to the park," and repeat it immediately, copying their tone and rhythm. A study from the University of Oxford found shadowing improves pronunciation by 25% in weeks. I shadowed podcast hosts, repeating, "What's your name?" until it sounded natural. Try saying, "I'll shadow to sound clear." Practice with short clips daily. Another pronunciation tip, slow and clear. Speaking fast doesn't equal fluency. It can blur your words. Slow down. Pronounce each word distinctly. "I am happy today." I used to rush, but slowing down during a presentation made me sound confident. Try saying, "I'll speak slowly and clearly." Record yourself saying, "I love learning English," and compare it to a native speaker. Adjust and try again. To overcome hesitation, use the 3-second rule. When you want to speak, count to 3 and say something. If your friend asks, "What's your plan?" don't overthink. Just say, "I'm studying English today." A study from the Journal of Behavioral Psychology shows quick action reduces anxiety. I used this in meetings, saying, "Let me share my idea," within 3 seconds. It worked. Try saying, "I'll use the 3-second rule to speak." It stops hesitation in its tracks. Thinking in English is the ultimate fluency key. Translating from your native language slows you down. Start with single words. See a chair and think chair, not your native word. Then, form simple sentences. "I'm drinking water." A study from MIT found that thinking in a target language speeds up fluency by 40%. I started thinking, "I'm walking to work," instead of translating. Now, English pops into my head naturally. Try saying, "I'll think in English." Start small, and it'll grow. Let's build a daily plan. Morning. Name objects in English. Bed, window, coffee. Say, "I'm getting ready." Afternoon. Make simple sentences. "I'm eating lunch. It's tasty." Evening. Watch an English video for 20 minutes, repeating one sentence aloud. Night. Talk to yourself for 5 minutes. "Today was fun. I spoke English." My friend Priya followed this plan. She labeled her home, narrated her day, and shadowed podcasts. In 3 months, she was chatting fluently with colleagues. Try saying, "I'll follow a daily English plan." Consistency is your superpower. What if you're shy? Use exposure therapy. Start in low-pressure settings, like saying, "Thank you," at a store. Then, try, "Can you help me?" at a cafe. Psychologists say gradual exposure reduces fear. I started with small phrases at shops, and soon I was giving presentations confidently. Try saying, I'll start small to build confidence. Every step counts. For vocabulary, focus on active words. Instead of memorizing lists, use words in sentences. Learn happy and say, I'm happy today. Useful words. Confident. Say, I'm confident in English. Natural. Say, I sound natural. Effort. Say, my effort makes me better. I built my vocabulary this way, and it made conversations smoother. Try saying, I'll use new words daily. Body language boosts confidence. Stand tall, smile, and use open gestures. A study from Harvard shows confident postures increase testosterone, making you bolder. Before a talk, I stand with hands on hips, saying, I'm ready. It works. Try saying, I'll use confident body language. It makes you magnetic. Your voice matters too. Vary your pitch, higher for excitement, lower for emphasis. Say, I'm so excited to learn with energy. Avoid fillers like pause instead. I practiced this for a speech, and my audience was hooked. Try saying, I'll use a lively voice. Record yourself to check. Cultural tips. In English-speaking countries, directness shows confidence. Say, I'd like to share my idea, not, maybe I could say something. Eye contact builds trust. Look at someone's eyes or forehead. I learned this at a US conference, and it made me seem approachable. Try saying, I'll be direct and confident. Let's practice a conversation. Imagine meeting a friend. Hi, I'm happy to see you. What's new? They say, I got a new job. You reply, that's awesome. Tell me more. I used this at a party, and it sparked a great chat. Try saying, I'll start conversations confidently. For setbacks, don't give up. If you freeze, smile and say, let me try again. I once forgot a word mid-sentence, laughed, and said, oops, I mean this. Everyone smiled. Try saying, I'll keep going despite mistakes. Resilience is key. Q&A time. Imagine you ask, Jennifer, how do I stop being nervous? I'd say breathe deeply and use self-talk. I'm ready to speak. Try saying, I'll stay calm and confident. Another question, what if I forget words? Use simple phrases. Instead of, I'm exhausted, say, I'm tired. Try saying, I'll use simple words. One more, how do I sound natural? Repeat native speakers' phrases, like what's up. Try saying, I'll copy native speakers. Final practice, say these boldly. I'm a confident speaker. English is easy. I'm improving every day. Amazing work. Keep practicing daily. My top tip, live English every day. Speak, think, and embrace mistakes. You're on a journey to fluency, and I'm so proud of you. Subscribe for more lessons and share in the comments. What's one English phrase you'll use today? See you next time. Bye for now.